If you align with the law of cosmic habit force, your struggle ends and your dominion begins. Your life stops being a series of failed attempts and starts being an inevitable progression of power. This is not a speech for the curious. This is a manual for the commander. If you are hearing these words, it is because you have been operating in friction with the universe for too long. You have been trying to build a future while being anchored to a past that no longer serves the man you were sent to become. But that ends today. You were not made to fight against your own nature. You were not sent here to repeat the same cycles of lack, the same patterns of hesitation, or the same sins of delay. You were made to use the very rhythm that keeps the planets in their orbits to lock your own destiny into place. Most men are slaves to their habits, not realizing that habit is the cosmic tool of either imprisonment or liberation. Napoleon Hill discovered that there is a law of cosmic habit force that makes any thought or action permanent, if repeated within a specific rhythm. And if you have not consciously chosen your rhythm, the world has chosen one for you. Listen with reverence. This is not motivation. This is a mental breakthrough based on the final and most powerful revelation of the laws of success. If you feel stuck, if you feel like you are swimming against an invisible current, it is because you have been caught in the hypnotic rhythm of the crowd. You have been drifting, and drifting is the only sin that the universe does not forgive. But the moment you decide to align with the law of cosmic habit force, you stop being a victim of circumstance, and you start being a master of soul. The universe is not static. It is a vibrating field of energy governed by absolute law. Just as the ocean has its tides and the earth has its seasons, your mind has its rhythm. If your rhythm is dictated by the fear of the morning news, the opinions of mediocre neighbors, or the scars of your past failures, then cosmic habit force will take those ingredients and bake them into a permanent reality. It does not judge the quality of your thoughts. It only judges the consistency of them. Consistency is the language of the law. You must understand the terrifying precision of this force. It is the same force that keeps the electrons spinning around the nucleus and the Earth spinning around the sun. It is a force that abhors a vacuum and demands order. If you do not provide your own order through a definite chief aim, the force will fill your life with the order of the environment, which is usually an order of chaos, debt, and doubt. You are sent with a mind to be the architect of your own rhythm, not a tenant in someone else's nightmare. Look at the nature of a habit. A habit is simply a thought or action that has been repeated until it has reached the critical mass, where cosmic habit force takes over and makes it automatic. Once this happens, you no longer have to exert will. The law carries you. This is why the rich get richer and the successful become more successful with less effort. They are not working harder. They are being carried by a superior rhythm. They have harnessed the momentum of the universe. But the same is true for failure. The man who complains every morning about his lack of money is instructing the law of cosmic habit force to make poverty his permanent rhythm. He is literally praying for lack through his repetition. And the law, being a perfect servant, says, "Your will be done." It organizes his mind to miss opportunities. It organizes his energy to feel lethargic. And it organizes his environment to attract more lack. He is not unlucky. He is rhythmic. He is a master of a destructive frequency. To break this, you must understand the breaking point of the rhythm. You cannot simply try to be different. You must introduce a new, more powerful frequency that disrupts the old one. This requires what Hill called controlled attention. You must guard the gates of your mind with the intensity of a soldier in a high-stakes war. You must refuse to allow any thought of "I can't" or "it's too hard" to pass the threshold. Every time you reject a weak thought and replace it with a command of purpose, you are chipping away at the old rhythm and laying the foundation for the new one. This is the secret of the moral fire that Hill spoke of. It is the heat of a burning desire that melts the old habits and allows them to be recast in the mold of greatness. Without this heat, you are just painting over rust. The rust will return. You must go deeper. You must reach the level of the subconscious mind, where the law of cosmic habit force resides. You must speak to it in the only language it understands: emotion and repetition. Imagine the power of a man who has aligned his morning ritual with his divine assignment. He does not wake up to see what the day brings. He wakes up to tell the day what he is bringing. He uses the first hour of the day, the hour of the thin veil, to imprint his chief aim onto the cosmic habit force. He speaks his identity as a finished fact. He acts with the certainty of a man who has already seen the end of the movie and knows he wins. This man is not hoping for success. He is commanding it. History is filled with examples of men who were seemingly ordinary until they tapped into this law. Consider Andrew Carnegie, who came to this country with nothing but a mind. He did not drift. He chose a rhythm of mastermind alliance and organized effort. He focused his entire being on the production of steel and the organization of men. He did not let the panics of the market or the strikes of the workers break his rhythm. He stayed in the vibration of his purpose until the law of cosmic habit force made him the wealthiest man of his time. He understood that he was not just building mills, he was building a cosmic momentum. And what of Henry Ford, a man with limited formal education, who decided to put the world on wheels? The world laughed. His engineers said it was impossible. But Ford had a fixity of purpose that acted like a magnet. He repeated his command to his team day after day, year after year. He refused to accept no as an answer from reality. Eventually, the law of cosmic habit force responded to his persistence. The materials appeared. The methods were discovered. The rhythm of the assembly line became the rhythm of the modern world. Ford did not move the world. His alignment with the law moved the world through him. You carry the same capacity for alignment. You are not a different species from Carnegie or Ford. You are a vessel of the same infinite intelligence. The only difference is the degree to which you have allowed your mind to be colonized by the drift. To reclaim your mind, you must be willing to endure the discomfort of the transition. When you start a new rhythm, the old rhythm will fight back. It will send you tests in the form of old friends who doubt you, unexpected bills, or a sudden dip in energy. These are not signs to stop. These are signs that the old rhythm is breaking. You must press on. The law of cosmic habit force is like the escape velocity of a rocket. To leave the gravity of your old life, you must burn more fuel at the start than at any other time. You must be more disciplined, more focused, and more obsessed than you think is necessary. But once you break through the atmosphere of your old habits, you enter the orbit of success. In orbit, the law does the work. You move with speed and grace without the friction of the past. You must become hypnotized by your own purpose. This is the positive use of hypnotic rhythm. Usually, the world hypnotizes you into being a consumer, a follower, and a doubter. You must reverse the spell. You must hypnotize yourself into being a creator, a leader, and a believer. You do this through the daily script. You must have a written statement of your purpose, that you read aloud with fire in your voice, and conviction in your spirit. You must see it in your mind's eye until you can smell the success, until you can feel the texture of the wealth, until the vision is more real than the room you are sitting in. When you reach this state, the law of cosmic habit force accepts the vision as a command of nature. It begins to rearrange the atoms of your life to match the vision. It influences the people you meet. It gives you hunches and flashes of inspiration that lead you to the right action at the right time. You become a magnet of destiny. You are no longer chasing success. Success is being pulled toward you by the gravitational force of your own rhythm. Do not fear the time it takes. The law of the universe is the law of growth. A seed does not become an oak tree overnight, but the oak tree is already in the seed. Your empire is already in your definite chief aim. Your only job is to provide the soil of discipline and the water of repetition. The law of cosmic habit force will take care of the expansion. It is a law. It cannot fail. It can only be misapplied. Think of the environment as the laboratory of your habits. If you surround yourself with people who talk about getting by and the economy is bad, you are voluntarily walking into a toxic rhythm. You must be the guardian of your associations. Hill taught that the mastermind is the highest form of using cosmic habit force. When you surround yourself with even one other person who is in harmony with your purpose, you create a third mind that is greater than the sum of its parts. This third mind is a direct portal to infinite intelligence. You were not made to be alone in your struggle. You were made to lead. You were made to build. You were made to leave a mark on this earth that time cannot erase. But you cannot do this while you are drifting. You must anchor yourself to a law that is higher than the world's opinions. That law is the law of cosmic habit force. Every act of self-discipline is a victory for your future self. When you choose to work on your plan, instead of scrolling through the digital noise, you are telling the universe, I am ready for dominion. When you choose to speak words of power instead of words of complaint, you are instructing the law to build a fortress around your peace. Every small choice is a vote for the man you are becoming. The subconscious mind is the seat of your power. It is the engine room of the law of cosmic habit force. It never sleeps. It is always listening. If you go to sleep with thoughts of worry, it will spend 8 hours weaving worry into your nervous system. But if you go to sleep with the feeling of your wish fulfilled, it will spend 8 hours building the bridges to that reality. You must master the art of the last thought. Before you close your eyes, you must hand over your chief aim to the law. You must say, this is my command. Work on this while I rest. Wake up with the same intensity. Do not let the world's noise enter your sanctuary for the first hour. Keep the rhythm pure. This is how you become an illuminated man. This is how you move from the 98% who drift to the 2% who command. The 2% are not smarter. They are simply more rhythmic. They have placed themselves in the flow of the cosmic current, and they refuse to step out of it. You are being summoned to join that 2%. You are being called to stop playing small in a universe that is infinitely large. There is no shortage of wealth, there is no shortage of opportunity, and there is no shortage of power. There is only a shortage of men who are disciplined enough to stay in the rhythm of their own purpose. You must be that man. As you walk through this day, act as if you are already the man you wish to be. If that man would not hesitate, do not hesitate. If that man would not complain, do not complain. If that man would not fear, do not fear. You are rehearsing your future. And the law of cosmic habit force is the director of the play. It will eventually make your rehearsal the reality. Your life is a sacred assignment. It is a divine mission that only you can fulfill. But you cannot fulfill it with the habits of a drifter. You must adopt the habits of a king. A king does not ask for permission. A king does not doubt his authority. A king knows that his word is law. You must become the king of your own mental kingdom. You must issue the decrees that will shape your world. Infinite intelligence is waiting for your command. The law of cosmic habit force is ready to execute your orders. The universe is standing at attention, waiting to see what rhythm you will choose. Will it be the rhythm of the crowd, or will it be the rhythm of the Creator? Will it be the song of the victim, or the anthem of the victor? Choose now, and choose with fire. Do not try to change, decide to be. A decision is the only thing that breaks the hypnotic rhythm of failure. Once the decision is made and backed by action, the law is activated. And once the law is activated, nothing on heaven or earth can stop you. I am the master of my own rhythm. I am in alignment with the law of cosmic habit force. I am the architect of my destiny. I am the commander of my soul. Speak these words until they are no longer words, but the very frequency of your being. When your frequency matches your vision, the vision must manifest. It is not a hope, it is a law. You are the movement. You are the power. You are the one you have been waiting for. Now, go and act as if heaven sent you, because it did. Go and build as if you cannot fail, because with this law you cannot. Go and live as if you are eternal, because the impact of your new rhythm will be. The time of drifting is over. The time of command is here. Lock in your rhythm, trust the law, and watch as the world bows to the power of a mind that has finally decided to use its own power.